I know you don't know the details yet, but so far you have a 30 billion reduction in DOH, 50 billion in PhilHealth. Just the message that this brings out to the public.
You have to ask DBM kung anong message yan, Karen. But ito kasi, sa amin
what does this give? And then, of course, the confidential fund is still at 10.7 billion. The Office of the President gets close to 5 billion. And the others go to other agencies. And then there's more than 100 billion for unprogrammed funds.
Okay. So, yung unprogrammed funds, meron kasi dyan unprogrammed na kailangan talaga.
Okay.
So, we will minimize that. And I know Senator JV is also on this now. He's our new chairman of finance. Yung mga unprogrammed funds, i-minimize talaga yan. Up to dun sa kailangan na kailangan lang. There are some items like foreign payments and all of that. Kailangan mo ng konting leeway, no, for forex or foreign exchange. Kailangan ilimitahan talaga yan. Hindi siya pwedeng gamitin for infrastructure. Diba? Yun yung nangyari in the past, kaya tayo nagkaskandalo ng flood control. So, malilimitahan yan. Pagdating sa health and PhilHealth, marami sa aming kasama, of course, are health advocates. And they will make sure mapopondohan yan. Ang tanong na lang talaga, ano yung ibabawas namin? No? So I'm almost sure, I will definitely move na madagdagan ng edukasyon. I know my colleagues will move madagdagan ng health. Some will move na madagdagan ng agriculture, infrastructure. Ang tanong, ano yung babawasan? 'Di ba? And yun yung kailangan nating bantayan rin, Karen, na yung bawasan, yung dapat bawasan. At yung dagdagan, yung dapat dagdagan. In now, 2026...
Wait, I was gonna say, now in 2027, they're gonna restore the flood control budget. You were gonna go there?
I was gonna go there. In 2026, ziniro yung flood control. Okay, magkano yun? 260 billion. Kung di ako nagkakamali, ang pinakamalaking porsyento niyan napunta sa edukasyon. Malaking porsyento napunta sa kalusugan, malaking porsyento napunta sa social services. No? So ngayon, wala na si 260 na zero. We need to find other sources para madagdagan natin yung education, health, and social services. While maintaining that there are areas na kailangan talaga ng totoong flood control.
Totoo naman. Nakikita natin.
Ang mangyayari dyan, itong 100 billion na yan, aaralin namin. Anong mga lugar yan? What are these projects? Are these projects like yung nakita natin noon na parang kung ano-ano lang ginagawa sa mga gilid ng mga creek o gilid ng mga ilog? Or these are real flood control projects like what we've seen in Marikina, in Navotas, yung totoong infrastructure talaga na nakakatulong sa tao. Now, ako, pondohan natin yung mga lugar na kailangan talaga ng totoong flood control. Pero kung yung lugar mo naman, wala naman sa lugar ng flood control, wala ka dapat flood control.
Sabi sa Kongreso nagsisimula yan, nagpa-park sila.
Ito, Karen, nung time nakausap pa namin si Secretary Bonoan, this is like 2025, di ba? Sabi ko sa kanya, Secretary, ano yung pag-divide nitong flood control na to? Sabi, equally divided across all congressional district. Sabi ko, kahit walang flooding, meron pa rin sila? And he couldn't answer anymore.
So, technically, it became pork.
Exactly. So,
it was pork.
Ang gusto natin, yung totoong flood control. Because nakikita naman natin, sa nakita nating flooding, ito lang nakarang araw, grabe naman talaga yung flooding na nangyayari. So, kailangan mo ng action dyan. Pero siguro naman, after everything that's happened, nagkaroon ng skandalo, yung mga kababayan natin hanggang liig na yung tubig, siguro naman yung pondohan natin yung tamang flood control. Diba? Huwag tayong pumayag na may mapupondohan dyan na mabubulsa lang.
I want you to react to that. DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon and the President have already declared we have a garbage crisis. This is all interconnected. It's related to flooding, etc. It affects the lives of students. What are you open to? For example, a big controversy with environment advocates today is waste to energy. The President's open to it, but the law is clear against it.
Sa pagkakaalam ko, Karen, the law disallows incineration. Itong waste to energy, I'm not sure if they're incinerating or they're doing plasmification or kung anong klaseng technology. And I've learned this later on, di ba, as a legislator, mahirap kasi to outlaw modalities or technologies. You should always prescribe standards.
I see.
So when the Clean Air Act was passed, it outlawed certain kinds of activities rather than or aside from just putting ano dapat yung standard. So kung yung standard natin dapat walang emission, kung ano mang technology yan, basta walang emission or yung emission ay napakababa talaga or pasok siya sa standards, then dapat any kind of technology can be used, no? So yung waste to energy advocates, I would like to know, I don't know enough about it honestly, but I would like to know, ano ba yung emissions nila?
Yeah.
Ano ba yung output ng kanilang teknolohiya?
Yeah.
Kung ito naman ay pasok sa standards, why not?
Yeah, because
Diba?
why is Denmark doing it? Singapore, Japan.
The thing is kasi, technology changes. Nagbabago ang teknolohiya. And if you prescribe only one technology or you outlaw one kind of technology, mahirap yan kasi nagbabago-bago talaga yung mga
Oo.
bagay-bagay. Dapat standards yung ating nile-legislate.
Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about, of course, budget season is coming in soon, and you have been advocating for the Cadena Act.
Yes, also known as blockchain the budget.
Yeah, blockchain the budget. It's been so many months.
7 months na, Karen.
Ano pa talaga pinag-uusapan natin to? Ang tagal na hindi pa batas.
Exactly. So, napasa na namin to in the Senate December
Oo.
2025. So, 7 months na tong nakabinbin. A number of colleagues in Congress are pushing it also. But for some reason, hindi to malabas-labas ng Kongreso. Now, I'll be honest. Noong unang lumabas yung LEDAC list, okay, LEDAC of course yung priority measures, naglabas ang inquirer ng listahan. Wala yung kadena.
Oh my.
Sobrang ako nag-freak out. Like, oh my God, was it deprioritized, di ba? Yun pala, nasa second page. They only published the first page. But when LEDAC 2025 came out, it was number 3 sa LEDAC
Yeah.
list. Now it's
Yeah.
number 41.
Yeah.
I have a commitment naman from our leadership na hindi naman ibig sabihin na from 3 to 41 na wala na siya sa listahan. Nasa listahan pa rin siya. So, I'm happy it's still in the LEDAC list, pero I'm hoping and I hope more people can really be with me here na i-push ang Kongreso, ipasa na natin to.
Oo.
Ngayon na nagfa-flooding na ulit. Ngayon na
Yeah.
yung baha, grabe na ulit. At naalala ulit ng tao, yung maling paggamit ng budget ng mga nakaraang taon. The best way to address corruption is to have full transparency
Yeah.
and to push for this, no? It's a technological solution to our corruption problems, no? Isang posibleng paraan para labanan yung korupsyon, para matigil yung korupsyon sa ating
Yeah.
bansa, gawing fully transparent yung paggamit ng pera. Hindi lang yung saan napupunta ka rin, kasi naman mahanap mo na yan online eh. Pero kahit yung next step, which is the contract, sino yung contractor, magkano yung semento, yung bakal,
Yeah.
yung kahoy,
Oo.
lahat yan malalabas. Most importantly, sino yung contractor, sino yung proponent, malalabas rin yan. No? So, if we have the system up, and it's fully transparent, ako tingin ko, this is one of the best weapons against corruption.
Pero ang problema, baka mismo ang ilan sa Kongreso, sa totoo lang, ang ayaw nito. Because
Really?
they don't want transparency. They want their pork.
Okay, so ganito yan.
Right?
Ang Kongreso, hindi naman yan isang tao lang eh. Marami yan, di ba? Sana naman, yung mga kongresista na nagnanais ng pagbabago at reforma, maisulong nila yan. Maitulak nila yan. And to be fair, si Speaker Boji, katext ko naman, sabi naman niya, supportive naman siya dito. We just wanna see it move faster.
Yeah.
We want to see it
Oo.
passed before the budget is done. You know, Karen, even if this is passed next month, it will still take a year to create the system.
Yeah.
So, we need to start now para makita natin yung gains nito.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Kasi bubuuin pa yung sistema. The actual program has to be made. Although, to be fair, marami nag-volunteer to make this. Marami sa pribadong sektor nagsasabi they'll make it for free. Huwag mag-alala ang gobyerno, gagawin nila yung
Yeah.
sistema for free, handog nila to sa taong bayan para makita natin saan napupunta yung pera.
Actually, this would be a good legacy, a part of the legacy of President Marcos Jr. Sa totoo lang, that way after his term, if the Cadena Act is passed, you have a more transparent budget.
Again, no, siya naman yung nagsimula nung investigasyon, nung SONA in 2025.
Mahiya naman kayo.
Mahiya naman kayo. O ngayon, nandito na tayo, we can actually change the system. Kasi Karen, if you remember, ano ba yung tatlong panawagan ng taong bayan? Ikulong ang sangkot, ibalik ang pera, baguhin ang sistema. Yung first two, ano na yan? Si Ombudsman na yan, si DOJ na yan, they're already doing what they have to do there. Yung trabaho ng Senado at ng Kongreso, itong pangatlo, baguhin ang sistema. And we have a chance to actually
Yeah.
change the system, make it stronger against corruption, make it more transparent, and hopefully safeguard the people's money.
Okay,